B-Bad and Brandon.
Sweet.
Damn, bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't even can't remember how I saw one of your posts, but I saw that post, and either someone talked about you or you talked about you climbing to basecamp Everest with bare feet, and I was like, we need to get that fucking dude on the podcast. You're our people.
Yeah, sweet.
Like, let's
glad you guys did.
Like, what's the bottom of your foot look like?
They're pretty sweet right now. Actually, they're just toughening up. After that trip, they're kind of rough, but right now they're just toughening up for the next one.
Yeah, far out. So, welcome to the Platform Podcast. Now, man, I can say your first name, Anton.
Yeah.
But I'll let you say your last name because I don't want to.
Try it.
It's Nootenboom.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, in Dutch, it's Nootenboom.
Oh, okay. I was close.
Yeah. It's more fun in English though, Nootenboom.
100%.
I like the boom at the end.
Yeah, that's it.
What's the strangest thing? What's the fuck?
What's the strangest interpretation of the last name you got?
Like literally translated, it's nut tree.
Oh, really?
Nut tree.
Yeah, nut tree.
Oh,
it's not that special. It sounds more funny in English.
So that obviously for those listening is Dutch heritage.
Yeah, I'm fully Dutch.
Fully Dutch. Sweet. Born. You're from over there.
Yeah, born and raised in Holland. Yeah.
Lovely.
And you reside where now? Sorry.
Yeah, I've been here in Australia for like 5.5 years now.
Yeah, wow.
Got to this paradise island and just never left. The whole intention was just to be here for 1 year, work a bit, travel on, and then you get sucked into this island. That's it.
It's called Paradise Island for a reason.
So literally that was it for you. You were coming here for a holiday, and now we own you. You're one of us.
Yeah, man. That's it. Like I sold everything I had back home. Like sold my house, sold the car, sold everything I had. Quit the job after 10 years. Like travel more. Like I was already traveling, but I just wanted to like fuck everything off, travel. And then the first stop was Sydney after that.
Yep.
Just never left.
Yeah, right. Just fell in love with the place and the people, or
everything combined, man. Like the people, everyone is just so cruisy. The weather is 100 million times better than the weather in Holland.
Yep.
Beaches, just everything, nature.
Yep.
Work opportunities. I mean, it's definitely not bad in Holland. Like we got a really good country there as well, but it's just it's rainy, man. It's cold.
Yeah.
What were you doing back in Holland, man? Like work-wise?
I was in the army.
Hey.
Oh, that's right. Actually, no, I did read that. I did go through a bit of an Insta stalk, and
we've had some boys in the military on before, which has been cool.
What drove you to join the army?
I think when I got to the age, I just wanted to experience how it was like to be in the army. My brother was in the army as well, and that probably has something to do with it.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do like a short stint, like a short contract of 2.5 years, and I just ended up staying for 10 years because it was pretty good.
Yeah, right.
And what was your job in the military, bro? What did you do?
I was mostly in the infantry.
Yep.
And the last few years, I was working with the special forces as like a support unit for them. So I was not like an operator myself, but working with them. I got lucky on my third mission to Afghanistan. I got sent out as being a special forces operator, though. So I kind of had to pretend, which is the best thing that ever happened, pretty much. I was just being treated as an operator, but I was just infantry.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good, man.
So did you say that third trip? Is that what you said?
Yeah, man.
Wow. So you have 3 overseas deployments.
Afghanistan, yeah.
Where'd you Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Fuck, that would have been what years was this? How long ago was that? Sorry.
The first one was 2007, then 2009, 2010, like late 2009.
Yeah, so really when like
the last one was 2012.
Yeah, so really during the peak of the wars over there.
Yeah, it was a lot going on. Yeah.
What was that like as a young fella stepping off an airplane, coming all the way out of Holland to there for the first time?
Man, like to be honest, like I think I've always been a bit more adventurous, and for some reason I always saw it as like an adventure, like it's another travel or something. Like, of course, it's completely different, and once shit hits a fan, you do not think about like this is a cool adventurous trip. But in general, I just saw like going to these places, like holy shit, I get the opportunity right now to actually see those places.
Yep.
Firsthand, and especially when like on my first mission in 2007, think I was just 20, something like that. I'm not really sure anymore, but being that young, going there, it's just, yeah, man, it's definitely something that shapes you for the rest of your life. It made me who I am right now.
Yep.
That's pretty good. I'm
Because I throughout my stalk on your Instagram, it was a very thorough stalk, I won't lie. But there was a photo of you, I think it was on your recent post of you meditating, and you mentioned how like if someone tried to tell you to meditate back when you first joined the army, you would have told them to fuck off. And
go hug a tree.
yeah, exactly. But how did that form for you? Like obviously throughout the military, you know, you're drilled in a very different way to, I guess, society. Coming out, was it a bit of an adjustment?
Oh, 100%. Like it's a lifestyle. Like the army just becomes your life. So that's mostly the main reason why guys leave at some stages. Or like you either choose for a career within the army and that just takes over your life, that is your life, or you choose for a career like just normal life, let's say it that way. And I definitely got to like an age of like, cool, this is the time if I either choose to make a career in the army or go have a different life, and then it just like fuck it, let's go travel. But definitely coming out of it, you really have to adapt. Like I was distracted straight away by the traveling, so I didn't really have to think about it for a long time until I was back in Sydney and was here, and everything started to settle down for a bit. That's when you really realize, okay, cool, where am I right now, and what am I doing, and especially what have I been doing for the last, by then it was like 12, 13 years, 10 years of army. Like the biggest time of your adulthood life has been shaped by the army, and all of a sudden you're like free and so many choices.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you've gone from 10 years of being told what to do to now kind of having to really think for yourself.
Yeah, that's why I grew the hair as well.
There was no hair and beard in the army, I bet.
Well, that's like once like some units do allow it. Actually, the beard, I had to apply for growing a beard in 3 folds. So like fill in 3 forms of paperwork to actually apply for a beard. You have to give it. You have to give a reason, like why you're allowed, like why you think you're allowed to grow a beard.
How many words are you allowed to describe that?
It was really like it was just an A5 paper kind of size, really small. All I wrote down is like, I want to get rid of my baby face, and they stamped it straight away. I was like, sweet, that's a good reason.
Stamp. We need men in this army.
And then like that was October 2008. I have not shaven my beard off since. Like it will never happen again.
Yeah, good choice.
And do you feel like you've been stronger now that you have a beard as well?
100%.
Yeah. No,
there's science.
There's a direct correlation there. I think in powerlifting as well, in our little world, more beard equals more kilos on the bar.
100%. So, coming out of the army, you've obviously asking yourself those questions. Is that where you started finding the meditation? And
100%. Like to be really honest, as soon as I started to settle down, I got myself into a bit of a dark spot. That's where my interest in men's mental health developed as well. Being in that dark spot, you just start to kind of explore things on how to get out of it. I consider myself lucky that my mind worked that way. Like, just trying to find out ways how to get out. Anything from reading books, listening to podcasts, and just opening up to that side of the world as well, like the spiritual side. And man, I can tell you, like, especially meditating, yoga, everything, all the podcasts about it, just opening up to these kind of things, that really did the trick as well. Like being active, of course, or like going on these walks, chatting to everyone else, feeling that connection with other guys, like-minded guys. That was a really big aspect of just getting into a better mindset as well. But yeah, definitely meditation and yoga, man. It's like I said, there's like especially in like the masculine side of it. Hello. Well, Doc just joins into the conversation.
More than welcome to.
Yeah. Man, like it was an eye opener to me. Like, I mean, it's been used in the East for like thousands of years already, and like they use it for a reason. And I just discovered it, and it's just so good. Like just grounding yourself, and especially after a hectic day or something like that, just to calm down and get your senses straight and have a clear mind.
Is there a specific type of meditation you use, or because from my understanding, which is not much, please don't get me wrong, I'm no expert, but from my understanding, there is different types of or styles of meditation is probably a better word.
Yeah, true. Well, to be really honest, I'm not really that deep into it. Like I just started to jump from one app to another. I have a lot of friends that are really deep into the meditation. I just started picking up things from them.
Yep.
And like I just took little bits and pieces from everything, just what worked for me.
Yep.
And yeah, I just started doing that more and more in the mornings, mostly in the mornings, like to start your day that way. It's just, such a boost just to start your day with that clear mind. But for me, there was not like a particular meditation state that I use. I just picked bits and pieces, just what works for you to whatever works to calm your mind.
For those listening, is there a couple of apps you could probably recommend for people who are interested in getting started?
What's it called? Headspace for me really works. It's a really big one. Like it's been widely used, but for me, like I think a voice really helps. Like a certain type of voice to listen to. You need to be able to connect to the voice and actually have that voice calming you down. And for some reason, Headspace, even though it's one of the biggest ones, but it really did the trick for me at the beginning on getting into it and getting your bearings around meditation, what it feels like, what it means. So if you're just about like to start with meditation, you just get interested in it. It's a really good app to use actually.
Yeah, right.
And that's a daily practice for you, bro?
Not at the moment, really. It was for a long stage. At the moment, man, this Barefoot Dutchman thing is just taking over life, But and like working in construction, I work like pretty far away from where I live most of the time, which is like really early rise. Getting up at 5 a.m. sucks.
Yep.
So finding the time, like it's an excuse. Like you only have to meditate for like 5 or 10 minutes. That's sweet already. But it's been up and down a bit. Mostly whenever you feel kind of shit, it's really good to meditate. But you have to keep practicing it. Like to be able to fully, to let it fully work on you, you definitely have to practice it every. Well, I wouldn't say every day, but definitely most days out of the week. And I'm sure, like after this whole Barefoot Dutchman thing kind of settles down, like it's kind of taking over a bit. But once that settled down, I will get back into my routine again as well.
Yep. And mate, let's hear a bit about the Barefoot Dutchman. Where does that start for you? Where did that come from?
It's a combination of a lot of things. But when I was in a dark spot, I just wanted to be able to move. I needed to get out of the house. I needed to be outside. Be distracted by just things happening around. So I just started to walk like blindly, not having any directions, just pace up and down the beach. And I could do that for like 6, 7, 8 hours straight. There was a lot of days that I just didn't show up at work at that time because I just couldn't bear going to the construction site and having to deal with life.
Yep.
So I just took the days off and all I did was just freaking walk. And I just felt such a relief, as in like, of course it doesn't cure it straight away, but it just felt like such a relief to be outside, be out in nature, see these other people, even having chats with random people you don't know, have that connection. And living on the northern beaches in Sydney, it's a bit of a lifestyle here, I think. Like I think half of the people walk barefoot anyway because she's surrounded by beaches. So did that a lot. I felt really good with it. And then once I like slowly got out of that dark spot, I got into this mindset like, okay, I want to do something more meaningful with my life again. As in like, I needed that sense of adventure again, get out, do something meaningful. Always wanted to see the Himalayas. Always wanted to just see, even if it's just from a distance, like see the highest mountain in the world. And do something back for charity, like instead of just transferring money to charity, which is a good thing, of course. Like this is another thing that I need as well. But I just wanted to do something myself. So I just started combining things like, cool, I want to go to basecamp on Everest. I want to raise money for a charity.
Yep.
And if you want to raise money, you need to come up with a story that attracts people, like that engages people.
Yep.
So you need to come up with like some action or something funny or whatever, like something. So I thought, cool, let's just do something that's never been done before. Let's just do this whole barefoot thing. Like no one's ever walked to base camp on Everest barefoot. Let's just do it barefoot and use that momentum you get from doing something extreme like that. Use that momentum to create that awareness and raise the money for a charity, and that kind of did the trick.
Yep, that's unreal. What charity did you get behind for that event?
It was the Australian Himalayan Foundation. So I wanted to walk for actually the people in the remote communities of the Himalayas, and
Yep.
they were a Northern Beaches-based organization as well.
Yep.
And yeah, they were just doing really great things for all the remote communities in the Himalayas. So
Yep.
a healthcare system, educational system, the wildlife, pretty much everything combined into one. Yeah, they were just doing great work, and I felt really honored to be able to walk for them. And it was a good success as well. Like, even though at the time I couldn't be fucked with social media, I just wanted to walk and do my thing, and didn't want to post. Like, I hated filming myself and doing that kind of stuff. I just wanted to walk. So even without doing that, it still got that momentum, and yeah, got people to donate, which was great. And afterwards, like, it got into the Dutch news, and that's kind of where the idea of the Barefoot Dutchman was created. It's like, we got something here that we can use for in the future as well. Like, we can do more of these kind of things.
Yep. That's unreal.
Yeah,
Mate, what's I'm going to assume you were wearing shoes before you decided to be the Barefoot Dutchman, or have you lived a shoeless life this whole time?
No, definitely not. It definitely just started here on living on the northern beaches, like I said.
Welcome to Australia, baby.
That's it. Yeah, I'm getting Australian feet now.
Yep.
Everything for the visa.
Shoes are optional now, mate. Thongs are considered fancy, in case you were wondering.
Hell no. Just board shorts and barefoot.
Yeah.
Does your feet hurt? Did it hurt?
Oh, yeah. Like, in the beginning, it was alright, because like it's different stages going up on a mountain. As in, like, in the beginning, it's like green vegetation.
Yep.
So it's a difficult word. It's basically just mud and donkey poo and yak poo where you walk into.
Yeah, nice.
Like,
nice and squishy.
Yeah, squishy. Like, it's quite comfortable. And every now and then you have that little rock you stand on.
Yep.
But of course, like, the higher you get, like, the trees disappear, it just turns into rock and sharp rock. And the last 2 days is pretty icy and cold. Yeah, that's the point where it really starts to hurt. Like, walking every day barefoot on, I call it, like, it's just walking on pieces of Lego pretty much every time.
So is that how you train for it? You just skittle out some Lego and just do laps on that at home?
For that walk, I wanted to be as raw and yeah, like, the biggest challenge possible. So I did not practice. It didn't look into anything of what I was gonna expect on a mountain as well. Of course, I knew it's like base camp. It's a challenge, but it's not like going to the peak. Like, there's people doing it. So I thought I should be sweet. Just got to Kathmandu, and then that's the point I thought, cool, I'll probably need some gear to get up there. So I just jumped around a bit, and I just started to walk, and that was it. Like, it was all a bit of a surprise, and no preparation with walking barefoot on rocks or something like that. I just wanted to be as big of a challenge as possible.
And
for myself as well, like, it's pushing your boundaries and stepping out of that comfort zone. That's where you actually really get to meet yourself and show yourself as well. Like, whatever you make yourself believe, you can go way beyond it. And this was one of those moments, and kind of show in that way other people as well. Like, whenever you tell yourself, I can't go any further, that's only when you're at 10% of what you can actually achieve. By doing these kind of walks, I kind of want to show is, like, for everyone, like, I'm not special at all. I'm just a regular bloke just doing crazy walks, and everyone can do this kind of stuff. Like, you can push yourself, and that's when you really see for yourself as well, like, how much you got in yourself to actually do on any aspect in life, pretty much.
And have you always viewed, like, things, as you said before, you in the army, you looked at everything as an adventure?
Yeah.
Was that a similar sort of thing you approached this with, or was it more just seeking that challenge?
A combination of everything, I think. Like, of course, like, I want that adventure. I think that's just who I am. I will need that probably the rest of my life. Just, like, finding adventurous moments. I always have something to look forward to, you know, like, it can be even just going out on the weekends, like going to a national park. That's an adventure already. Like, just explore something new, and just keep triggering yourself that way as well. Like, get out of that routine a bit.
And how is it? Because obviously you said you work in construction still. How is that? I guess this challenge of walking barefoot coming back. Did your perspective shift in your day-to-day life?
Yeah, I think a little bit. I think, like, I was, like, after that as well, like, more focused on what you can achieve or something like that. Like, the realization that just that one person, just one single person, can make a big difference already by doing something crazy like that for a whole community. So imagine if we all kind of do the same thing, like if like every single person, like I said, can do it. So if we all start to get into that same mindset, like we can make such a big impact and difference for everyone as well. And yeah, I think with construction, it's mostly what for me really got clear, especially living here in Australia and on the northern beaches. Like men's mental health is a big issue. It's a very big issue, and like spending 10 years in the army, of course, I've seen it heaps already. Like guys struggling with, of course, like whatever they've seen and experienced, like the stress levels you get to endure, like what you get to see and do and what you get to endure, like a lot of guys will never experience that over a lifetime. And then still there's this massive taboo on it, like about being open and vulnerable about it. Like you just have to joke about it and just kind of move on with your life, where there's a lot of guys struggling with that insight. And here in Australia, and especially working in like another like kind of masculine environment as construction, like you see it everywhere. Like so many guys struggling, like just not knowing how to be open and vulnerable, and just having this wrong perception about what masculinity actually means. Like it's a dangerously wrong perception. They feel like being an emotional, being vulnerable is a weakness, where it's the opposite. The opposite is true. Like just daring to open up and have that fix actually, like it's, you don't get more masculine than that. That's like being a real man, like opening up. And the more I saw it, and like living on the northern beaches and Australia in general, man, like it's a cultural difference as well. Like I feel like Australia's way more macho than where I grew up, for example. A lot more like blokey, where guys just need to be more tougher than the guy next to them, which just causes this wrong perception of what masculinity actually means as well. And I really think that needs to be tackled big time. Like it needs to be made aware. So I kind of hope that being like an ex-military guy working construction with all these masculine environments, but then showing like yoga and meditation, okay, like being vulnerable is okay. I kind of hope that that combination works on other guys. Oh, all right, fuck, maybe it is cool to talk about it. Just grab a mate, go for a walk, and have that chat. Yeah, especially walking, man. Like I know as well, like sitting down in a living room with a mate and have a chat, like it becomes more of like interview. Like of course, like every way of chatting is good, but going out and having that bit of a distraction of going on a walk, being active, it's what I personally felt as well. Like it's just so much easier to actually open up and talk.
It lowers a few barriers to entry, really.
Yeah.
As you said, you're not talking directly at someone, having that bit of an interview. You can just kind of open up and see where the conversation goes.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm very interested to, like you mentioned, true or masculinity. What's your, I guess, take on that? What do you believe is true masculinity?
Pretty much what I mentioned before. It's in like just being open and vulnerable in every single way. Like you can be blokey, you can be tough, dude. I fucking love just being a bloke on a job site and just making shit jokes and fucking like, having shit stories.
Yeah.
Cars, women, whatever. But it's the whole thing together. Like just dare to talk about your emotions. Like don't be like, afraid is the wrong word, but just dare to be open, dare to talk about everything. If you can make shit jokes and if you can have shit conversations, like funny in a funny way, have those real conversations with your blokes as well. Like if you feel the need of opening up about something, if you have a problem, like opening up about it, that's as blokey as you get. Like that's as manly as you get, and not just towards your mate. I think like there's a lot of husbands, there's a lot of boyfriends, there's a lot of sons of mothers. If you have these troubles with yourself, like if you have a trouble inside of you, that has its effects on your surroundings as well. So it doesn't just benefit yourself, but it will benefit like your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, your grandmother, your kids. So it will benefit you in every single way. So I think being masculine as well is like being that man for your family or for your mom or for your kids as well, that helping them in that way as well. Like if you open up, that will help them as well.
Absolutely. Now, what's the next challenge with like the Barefoot Dutchman? Sorry, are you combining that with more of your mental health side of things and trying to actively promote that now?
Yeah, 100%. So I'm going on a next little stroll at the start of April.
Stroll? How big is a stroll?
It's 2,600 Ks.
Just 2,600.
I mean, I knocked that out this morning. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
That's what we say, Alan. I'll walk from
where are you going from?
Sydney barefoot. Was that?
Cairns to Sydney.
Yeah, man. Cairns to Sydney barefoot, Guinness World Record. Like I wanted to, again, to generate more awareness, like more attention, like grasp more attention, so I can generate more awareness and spread it more as well. So I thought, like, cool, I need a Guinness World Record. Just for some reason, that name, like people go nuts about.
That means something.
So
that'll be the longest ever barefoot walk? Is that the record?
Ever walked barefoot. So there's an
What's
Irish.
the current one?
That's 2,000 Ks.
Yep.
Irish dude that walked around the island of Ireland itself. A few years, 2016, I remember well. He did 2,000 Ks.
Sorry.
So I thought, right, sweet, I want to do 2,600 because.
Yeah, sorry, you said 2,000 Ks was the Guinness World Record.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go 26,000.
2,600.
100, bro. 100. Straight. Calm down.
I was like, dude, that's.
I walked it for a few years.
Mate, you got to see.
There is this walk. I just saw it not too long ago. There's this the world's longest walk. They found out, like, without having to use any transportation, like in between, goes from South Africa all the way to like this tiny little town in the north of Russia.
Oh,
and I think it's 22,000 Ks, and it will take about 4 to 5 years to walk. I was already thinking, fuck, that would be a good one, eh?
And imagine bare feet too.
Yeah.
You'll have the toughest fucking feet by the end of that.
Yeah, probably. Or maybe no feet left as well, but.
So we'll so in preparation for this one, being 2,600, are you going to take the same approach as the Himalayas, looking for a challenge to set yourself way outside the box, or are you prepping for this? And what does that look like?
This one I definitely need to prep because it's going to be like how do you say, like a very long walk as well, like having to push yourself every single day to do those distances. So I definitely need some training, toughen up the feet a bit more. And I've got this really amazing personal trainer right now as well. He saw it and he's just said, like, mate, I want to train you until you go. And he's just pushing my limits already. Like every single training, he's pushing me more and more and more. And functionally, so he's focusing on the legs, on the core, on the back, on the traps, just everything I'll be using for this walk. But mostly mentally as well, like already pushing me to go over that limit. So whenever I have a rough day on that walk, I'll remember those trainings and say, you know what, fuck, this is going to be nothing compared to what I just had.
Is there a time limit for when you got to finish the walk by?
Yeah. So
how many days are you going to average, you reckon?
So like it would, if I walk those 20 to, like, my goal is to walk 20 to 25 Ks a day.
Yep.
Then every day. So I don't want a rest day because for me, a rest day will feel like cheating.
Yep.
So I want to keep walking every single day. So there's no time limit on there, but for some reason in my mind, I would say, like, if I can do it in 100 days, that will make a really good story as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try, but of course it's all dependent on, external factors as well, like weather, whoever I meet on the way, whatever happens on the way. Like I have no clue, of course, what's going to happen, where I'm going to end up. That's part of the adventure. So that's the one thing I don't plan. Like I have no schedule, I have no route or anything. I'm just going to take it day by day and just kind of see what happens, where I end up.
No route. I love that.
So like
you just go on the beach and just head south.
Yeah, pretty much.
North. Oh, he's going Cairns to Sydney.
Are you going Cairns to Sydney?
Yeah,
right.
And just go south.
That's like, I want to walk pretty much from town to town because I want to meet, of course, as many like people and guys as possible as well, especially getting into these smaller towns. I want to spread awareness there as well, and hopefully meet guys that want to share their story or that would just like to tag along for a trip and just have good chats. Like you never know what happens along the way, who you're gonna meet, and there's gonna be times I won't be seeing in town for days, and I'll be just camping in the bush or on the beach. So it's gonna be really like one big adventure, one big surprise that's gonna happen. But that's a cool part about it, I think.
100%, man. Like, you know, if you walk through Brisbane, there'll be.
Well, you'll have to stop through here for a podcast. We'll walk with you. We'll walk with you and do a walking podcast.
We'll probably walk 100 meters, but hey.
We'll just make it look like it's a full day. But
exactly. We'll be on like a little, like, what do you know, those cars.
We'll be on a trolley.
We'll be on a trolley that rolls with you.
You probably have me pull it as well.
Oh, look, mate, it's a challenge. So
I would actually like that. That's the thing. Like, I would laugh. Like, if there's anyone listening to this podcast, that, you know, these trolleys that like these, I think it's fiberglass trolleys, that really lightweight trolleys that you can pull. You have like a solar panel on top and these big tires. If someone's making these trolleys, I would love to have one of those. Like you can pull them like with like this waistband, and then just pull
You
that
put your
along.
kit
Like,
behind it.
yeah, it would be awesome. But like right now, it's just gonna be me in the backpack and a shitload of stuff in there. I like to eat a lot, so it's gonna be mostly food.
Yep.
But if I would love to find a trolley like that. So if there's anyone listening right now, it's like I make those trolleys, dude.
We need a trolley.
Slide into those DMs.
Slip
into those DMs.
Slip into those DMs.
Slip in there.
Yeah.
When are you thinking of kicking off for this thing, bro? When's it gonna?
Start of April.
Start of April. Wow.
Yeah, so
At least it's cooler weather.
Yeah, so that'll be a little bit cooler.
Yeah, it's like it's like end of monsoon season up north, so not as rainy and steamy, moisty, hot.
Yep.
Like temperature, it's still gonna suck with the heat, but bearable. And then by the time it gets to New South Wales, it's just started winter pretty much. So it should be okay. Like of course, it's gonna be days and it's gonna suck, like torrential rains, hot roads, whatever. But that's again I need that. I want that challenge. And if it would be easy, I won't be doing it. So it needs to suck.
What do you reckon you prefer, a hot ground or a cold ground? What do your feet like? Cold.
Because you can walk your feet warm. You cannot walk your feet cold. Like for the last few weekends, it's been pretty hot here in Sydney on the weekends, and I've been doing these walks. And if there's something you do not get used to, it's hot tarmac.
Oh yeah.
It's just so. By the end of the day, your feet are so freaking sore, and like your feet recover pretty fast. Like the next morning, it's not as sore, of course, but if you're gonna have like a few days like that in a row.
Yep.
But I'm hoping to avoid tarmac as much as I can, but sometimes just to make life a little bit easier, I'll probably have to walk on.
Have to walk along that as well.
Yeah.
Unreal. And then you'll have to watch out for the bitey things when you're up north as well.
You know what? The one thing I worry about the most is like for some reason Australia invented bindies. I fucking hate them so much.
That'd be your enemy.
Yeah, I know. Like they suck. Everywhere you go, you got bindies. They're sharp ass. Like I don't mind snakes. I hate spiders with a passion. Like it's a phobia. That's gonna be an issue. Like especially camping out in the bush.
Yep.
I'll probably have to deal with it.
Yep.
But still, after 5.5 years, like living with them, they suck big time. Like whoever invented them, fuck off.
The snakes are sweet.
Snakes are fine. Yeah. I don't care about snakes. I kind of want to see them, to be honest.
What about crocodiles? You might come across them as well.
I'll definitely whenever I camp on a beach, I hopefully have like a hammock thing or something that at least I'll be off the ground.
Yeah, don't be sleeping on the beach, bro. You'll be a snack.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
Fuck no, that's.
And if you picked a charity you want to work towards for this one, what's the plan?
Got You for Life. It's from it's a Northern Beaches based charity as well.
Yep.
From Gus Worland. He's like a Triple M show.
Yep.
Like talking about mental health as well.
Yeah.
You know him?
Big Gus. Yeah, he's been in movies and stuff, yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
I have no idea.
He's a freaking legend. So his charity actually raises money for a lot of different mental health organizations, and then a lot of them being men's mental health as well. I picked Tomorrow Men, so I want the money that's being raised through Got You for Life. I want that to go to Tomorrow Men.
Yep.
I had a really big search on who I want to walk for. I want to feel like a certain emotion with it whenever I see like a connection. And as soon as I posted this, I had this post on one of the Northern Beaches Facebook page, and like everyone's just kind of shouted the charity. And then as soon as I got on their website, the first words that were on this, like, it was about like the wrong perception of masculinity, and they're just trying to teach that all over the country, like what it means, and actually like teach young kids or old men, how to change their perspective on it, and just teach them different ways. But as soon as I saw those words, like that's it, that's my charity. I felt it straight away. They got this amazing little video on there that just brings up a lot of emotions whenever you see. Like I'll be posting it soon as well, hopefully.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I'll be walking for Got You for Life and Tomorrow Man.
Yeah, sweet. That's
awesome,
unreal, bro. And I think the cool thing you said, on the walk, it won't just be about money that you'll be able to raise. It'll be awareness through exposure that you get from doing it. And then more importantly, by the sounds of it, you love to talk to people. So anyone who wants to chat to you or go for a walk with you, mate, you'll be up for a chin wag by the sounds of it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I would love it. Like if there's anyone on there that feels like, dude, whenever you're in the area, like, can I please tag along, or can we have a chat? 100%. That's the whole goal of this box, is to have chats, man, walk and talk. Pretty much what got me out of it. I want to share it with other guys as well, and yeah, have those much needed chats and share stories and feel that connection.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, I think that'll be just as powerful, if anything, to even compared to raising money. Just, you know, each city you go through, there'll be someone who will probably no doubt reach out and want to go for a walk, part of that walking journey with you, which I'm sure will give you a bit more drive to want to complete and get to the next city.
Oh, 100%. Well. It's like what happened on the base camp track as well. Like the people you meet along the way, and like the chats you get out of it, like the things they tell you, like to motivate you is all like, dude, it definitely works, man. And, like, that's the thing, is like this for me, it's mostly about raising the awareness, or like sharing as much knowledge as I can find about men's mental health, so other guys, and not just guys, it's pretty much everyone can look into it, read about it, and maybe just take that one thing out of it. And if there's just one guy over that whole walk that's being helped with it, as cliche as it may sound, but that's the whole thing, man. If I can help this one guy with doing this walk, then dude, I've reached my goal.
100%, man.
That's unreal, mate. When you're out walking around with the bare feet, anyone turn their head and say, "Hey, bro,
you got no shoes on?"
You got no shoes. But I guess in Australia it's probably not such an issue. That's pretty standard.
Yeah.
But what about when you're in the Himalayas cruising up the mountain? Anyone say, "Dude, what are you doing?"
Every single person I saw, like especially locals, they're all pointing and laughing and like, "What the hell are you doing?" Those were like, especially with the locals. There's a few guides walking around, and there's two guides. So I went without a guide and without like a Sherpa. Like I didn't want any, like pretty much everyone guiding me. I just wanted to find my own track.
Wow.
It being like the Mount Everest, of course, you're going to meet a lot of people, and there's, especially like you fly to the mountain with like this really tiny aircraft, because it's a really small airport. Like they say it's the most dangerous airport in the world just for the approach and the takeoff. Like if there's one single cloud and you can't see the mountain, there's no flights. But because that plane being really small, the people you're with on that plane, you connect with straight away. So we all kind of tagged along, and we had our own pace, but we always ended up together in the same lodge.
Yep.
Their guides, they freaking laughed, and they just kind of stayed with me as well. And they were always translating whatever the locals were saying, because whenever we hit a town, they saw me coming. They just started to laugh and point like, "What the hell is this dude doing?" But then once we told him like what I was actually doing, and that I was just raising awareness and funds for these remote communities in the Himalayas, man, like it was so good to see.
The support would have been unreal from them, because they would have been very appreciative, no doubt, of what you were doing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like Nepalese people are by far the friendliest people I've ever met in Canada anyway. But once they found out as well, like I was kind of doing it for them as well. Like the amount of love you get from these people is insane.
That's awesome.
Would you ever consider going to the top of Everest without the shoes on, bro?
Like the thing,
you're an animal.
I was kind of like, "Oh, dude, you're only fucking not even halfway. What's going wrong here?" I mean, of course, I will never do that barefoot. That's just impossible to do barefoot. But
you come back no toes.
No, that's it. Like you will have to amputate pretty much everything from the waist down.
Yep.
But it's definitely going to happen. I need some big I need sponsors for this project already.
Yep.
Desperately.
Shout out to anyone listening.
Like Everest, it's freaking expensive to get up there. So I'll find those sponsors and I'll do it.
Yep.
Because like I said, I reached base camp and I was super excited. I was looking around thinking, cool, next time you come back,
you're going to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, that'd be unreal.
Sick,
How'd you go with the altitude over there? Because I've heard some stories, even at base camp, it can be pretty thin.
Yeah. So like, it's actually like altitude sickness is a really bad thing, and a lot of people are not really aware of it until they get there. And it doesn't matter how fit you are. I heard about this NRL team that went up there, like being the fittest blokes around. And I think half of the team had to turn around because they just got altitude sickness. There's nothing really you can do about it. Like it either happens to you or it doesn't. I mean, you just have to keep like a really slow pace, drink a lot, and just make sure like you really rest it, especially once you get to like a certain altitude. If you don't really take care of yourself, it can hit you hard. And once it hit you, you need to take care of yourself really fast. Go down, else you're screwed. there's a lot of helicopter flights just going on and off all day. It's just people with altitude sickness, they need to be flown down really fast because it's deadly. But I like walking barefoot. I mean, you don't go really fast anyway. So, and you have some days in between. Once you reach like a certain altitude, you just take the whole day there to kind of get used to the altitude. You might just do like a little walk around on the altitude just so you get used to that level of oxygen. I think at base camp it's already at 50%, so it's pretty hectic already. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I've known a few people that have gone to base camp, and they all say the same thing. Just that, just the lack of being able to breathe can be quite confronting.
Yeah,
when you're
like
there.
I was, it was the day after we reached base camp. There was like another like little mountain next to it, and it would be like a really sick sunrise. You could see Mount Everest in the in the distance with the sunrise. So like the people I was with, we all said, "Cool, let's do it." And it was like you had to leave at 3 a.m. because it was a really steep climb. It wasn't just like slowly going up. It was like a full-on climb straight away. But on that altitude, no breakfast because it was 3 a.m.
Oh.
It was the hardest bit of the whole climb, was just going to see that sunrise. And once I got up there, that's when I really felt it. I got really nauseous. And at first I thought it was because of the love in the air. It was literally two couples. I was there and I was fifth wheeling. There was two couples. And I was asked by both of them, "Oh, can you please take videos?" Like, what? I got so nauseous, man. Like, I really needed to leave. I felt like I was getting dizzy, I was getting nauseous. Like, cool, I need to leave right now. Because as soon as you start feeling that, you have to go down.
Yep.
I took the two couples with me as well.
Yeah, you brought them down.
Yeah.
Did you have shoes on when you went up there?
No. Oh, no, actually, yeah, I did. Because as soon as I reached base camp, that was the point for me. Like,
that was you.
Wear shoes. I had a post out 2 days before. I said, like, if there's anyone willing to double the amount that's sponsored right now already, I will walk back barefoot as well. But no one did. And then I was like, sweet, let's just run back.
Does it feel weird putting shoes back on after doing something big like that?
It's like clouds. I was like, it took me 9 days to get up. It took me 4 days to go down. Yeah.
You're just absolute relief.
Flying. Yeah. It's good, man.
And what's your what's your foot care regime? Are we running some products on that thing? Do we have a system of maintenance? What are we doing down there?
Nah, product is cheating for me.
Yep.
Yeah, so you just
I don't want anything on my feet. Not like no balm, no freaking powders, not anything.
El natural. We're going natty on this.
Sorry?
We're going natty on this. We're going natural.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, that's the only way to go. Hey, it's fucking natural. That's it, grounding. But of course, if I get like major cuts and it looks like it's getting infected, you're gonna have to do something about it.
Might need a cream.
Yeah, a little bit. Put something on there. I had it on the mountain because, like, of course, you get all these tiny little cuts from other rocks and like Lego pieces. And it's like all these yuck, like donkey and yuck dung. So I thought I maybe need to protect it, but then like you walk around with a bandage for half an hour and it's full of yuck dung. So there's no point of
it's getting in there.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, if it gets infected, it gets infected. Like, there's no way around it now.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel the same way with this. Like, it needs to be as raw as possible.
Yeah. Well, at least this time around, there shouldn't be any yak done to have to stress on. Maybe a couple of cow pats in a paddock somewhere.
Yeah,
bit of kangaroo.
Yeah, bit of kangaroo, but should be okay. But the spiders could probably be the trickier one.
Yeah,
don't fucking mention the spiders, man.
Yeah, bro, I'm the same. I fucking hate spiders.
Dude, like, there's no point of, there's a point of being there. Yeah, no, I hate them. That's gonna stop.
There's no point. There's nothing.
So do you start looking, like, because now I guess this adventure's almost locked away, kicks off in April. Do you start thinking about what's next? Because like you kind of sound like the guy that's just looking for more adventures. Like,
you can't.
Well, to be fair, I kind of hope that this is the launching platform for the Barefoot Dutchman to actually be a thing. Like, I want, like, raising awareness and charity, like funds for charities. That's what I want to do. I want to keep creating these kind of challenges to pick goals to walk for, especially around men's mental health. I think because men's mental health for me is a really personal thing as well. So I want to keep focusing on that and just keep coming up with different stuff. And after this, I kind of hope there's going to be like motivational speeches just throughout the country where I can just share these kind of stories and just be there for other guys as well.
Yep.
So after this, I really hope that my work in construction will be less and less, and my work as the Barefoot Dutchman and yeah, just talking to guys and other people will be more of a thing.
Do you find people reaching out and because obviously you're an advocate for talking to people and stuff? Do you find people are reaching out and just having a chat to you or sending you a message and telling you they're struggling a bit and just looking for some kind words?
It gives me such a good feeling. Like even just posting on Facebook, like just kind of trying to share what the Barefoot Dutchman is about.
Yep.
I already get so many responses from guys just saying like, "Mate, I fucking love what you're doing. Like, I would love to have a chat with you."
Yep.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I do it. It's just sharing, like getting these texts, getting these messages. So
yep.
I want to tell everyone that's listening as well. Like, dude, if you want to have a chat, come have a chat. Come have a chat with me. Of course, like if you really feel a need, like I'm not a professional with these kind of things. Like I said, I'm just your average bloke. I've been through stuff myself, and because of that, I kind of know these little things you can do to maybe come out of it. But if you really feel a need, there's so many professional lines you can call, which you definitely have to do. Like, do not be afraid to have those calls. There's a lot of like Lifeline, for example. Men's Line is one of them as well. Like they have professional people on the lines that really can help you as well, and it's free, which is the best thing, because one of the things that stopped me from always seeking professional help is like there's a lot of cost involved, and being an expat, like not everything is being covered by insurance.
Yep, of course.
So I was struggling with that, but there's these like helplines that you can call, and there's these amazing trained people that will listen to you and give you really good advice. So if you feel in need, if you feel like you really need to have that chat on a professional base, like reach out to those lines. Like you can Google them, of course. But I know like Lifeline is one of them, Men's Line is one of them, and there's many like them. Anchorman is a really good charity that organization that trains these kind of people.
Yep.
So yeah, like one of the charity, like one of the organizations that Budget for Life raises funds for is Anchorman to be able to fund these guys to train them up to go on these lifelines.
Yep.
But yeah, man, like whatever question you have, like even regarding the walk or my military background, or just want to have a chat, whatever you can think of, like reach out.
Absolutely.
That's got to be, I mean, you've definitely got to draw some inspiration from that, like, you know, and spur you on and remind you that you're doing the right thing. And, you know, just knowing that you're helping some people is unreal, bro.
Yeah. 100%. Like I said, if it's just that one guy that I know from in the end, like I really helped him out. I reached my goal already. Like I'll be more than stoked about doing this thing, and I'll keep going for sure.
Yeah, sweet, bro.
Fucking oath, man.
Mate, mate, your adventure sounds wild and crazy, but what I have for you is 10 wild and crazy questions.
All right.
They are rapid fire.
Rapid fire. First thing that comes to your head, just for our audience to get to know you on a deeper level.
Are you ready?
Cool.
What makes you unique?
Being the Barefoot Dutchman.
Yeah, I was good. Yeah, I think that's a pretty.
Most people struggle on that one a little bit. I think yours is pretty cut and dry on that one, mate. Who are the special people in your life?
Well, definitely my dad is a really big example.
Yep.
Just the shit he's been through and like how positive he's remained. My brothers, like both of them being two of them as well. Right now, my girlfriend, she's like, we don't even know each other for that long. Yep. The amount of support I get from her already, like she's just been thrown into this straight away from the start. The amount of support I get from her, like that's really important as well with these kind of things, that you get the right support. And I know it sounds really cliche, but it's pretty much all my friends as well. Like I got so lucky with the people that are just surrounding me right now and just being like that motivational boost and just helping out, man.
That's unreal. What's something you're most proud of?
Army. My army time. Yeah.
If you could star in any movie, who would you be and what would the movie be?
Yeah, I love Keanu Reeves, man. He's a legend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like on screen, but outside as well. Like he's just a full-on legend. What kind of movie? I don't know, man. Maybe
we going John Wick or?
Yeah, John Wick is pretty cool.
Yes.
I mean, he's been bashed up quite badly, so I'm not sure about that. But he's pretty cool.
Yeah. What's your most used emoji, bro?
Oh, you know, what's it called? I think the one the really smiley one with the one tear on his eye.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
laughing out loud, pretty much. Yeah.
Like that. Favorite dinosaur as a kid?
Oh, the tri-rest. Oh, fuck.
Triceratops?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, he's a huge
That's a
popular.
cool question.
Mate, you can. Would you be interested in finding out how and when you're going to die?
No, definitely not. Like I said, even on his walk, he needs to be invention. Like, he needs to be unclear what's going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fuck,
right.
I love that. What age do you feel right now?
28,
How old are you?
34.
Yeah, right. Good.
What pets did you have growing up?
Oh, many. A shit ton of fish and hamsters.
All right.
Yep.
Um,
Hamsters. Cool.
yeah, I went through hamsters like it was fucking just a piece of like a toy. It was pretty bad.
Fuck.
Not sure why they kept dying. It's really bad. I'm the biggest animal lover. Dogs, man. I'm the biggest dog fan.
Yeah.
There's one just laying right here. I had a bird some stage. We had a rabbit when I was younger. We had cats.
Fuck.
We had a lot of animals. Yeah.
Fucking oath.
That's cool. Mate,
Yeah.
what's the best thing that happened to you last week?
Last week. Well, I was gonna say this podcast, of course, but that's now.
No,
Yeah, but
mate,
technically this comes out in the future, so then this was last week.
Yeah. For this podcast, dude. Like, it's a good chat. I love it.
100%, brother. Mate, that's the 10 questions. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Where can people find out more about the Barefoot Dutchman?
On Insta, it's the Barefoot Dutchman. Just like search the Barefoot Dutchman. There's like this little kind of thing in there, but search the Barefoot Dutchman. That's where most of my stories will be sharing on.
Yep.
I have a website called barefootdutchman.com.
Yep.
And on Facebook, they can find me as well, the Barefoot Dutchman, or just my name, Anton Nootenboom. I think the Facebook page is not really up to date yet. It's like we're still working on all the social media stuff.
Yep.
But definitely Instagram, the Barefoot Dutchman. I'll post on there every single day. I'll share all the videos there. I got some guys like professional videographers. They're gonna follow me for a bit as well. There's gonna be some really cool videos on that, and just sharing a lot of tips as well about mental health, what you can do to come out of it, and just pretty much sharing the stories on there, man.
Easy
So,
job, brother. We can we'll throw all those links in the show notes for you, man.
Yeah, sweet. Oh, and like I said before, like right now we're not in desperate search. I know they're gonna come, but this project definitely needs to be funded. Like, as in, like, we need to find sponsors that feel connected to the cause and that want to link their name to the Guinness World Record and to the Barefoot Dutchman. So if there's any company out there that would like to sponsor this project to help us reach as many men as possible and to get this project really going, please get in contact as well. Like, that's definitely something we need. And it's just not going to be this project. It's going to like just go into the next. It's going to be like a long-term thing, regarding raising awareness about really good causes.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
We'll put the call out for sure.
Yep.
Thank you so much for your time. What are we, afternoon? This
Yeah.
afternoon? Yeah,
This
yeah.
afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time. If for anyone listening, if you do want to reach out, follow the links below. But man, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Easy. That was awesome, bro. We'll go for a walk when you come past Brisbane, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Always sweet, man.